My name is Shifa, and I'm known as Shifa Williams. Some of you may know me as Shifa Ali Al-Bay. And I have moved to Charlotte about 14 years ago. I am an entrepreneur and also a wellness coach and consultant, which is a very crowded market nowadays. However, I've been doing that for 43 years. I've seen just about everything, and I customize plans. What I'd like to do today is, because of who we are as entrepreneurs, how many of us have a goal? Right? Of course we do. We're entrepreneurs. How many have them written down? Of course we do. How many have them in their pocket? Okay, very good, very good. All right, so we want the hands to continue to go up like that, because why do we keep them in our pocket? Because if it's out of sight, out of mind, we need to be reading them several times a day, What I want to do today is share about 10 tips with you here at The Tip. And I want to thank Anna and the board and all of the members for having me again today. I did bring a cheat sheet because I want to make sure that I get it all in. So what we want to do as entrepreneurs is actualize. So what I want to ask you is, if you could bring that goal to mind. Bring that goal to mind right now, whatever that is. And what we want to do is move into actualization of that goal. And so the first thing that the goal has to do is that it has to, and you want to ask yourself, does it do these 5 things? And the first thing you want to ask is, does it give life? Does it give you life? Does it give someone else life? There are 2 choices that we make as entrepreneurs. One is, or as human beings, one is service to self, and the other is service to others. Service to self and service to others. So is this goal that you have, does it give life? The second thing you want to ask yourself is it in alignment with my core values? Many times we do things that are not so much in alignment, but where the trend is going. So in my 43 years, in between that, from 14 to now, I'm 57. So from 14 to now, I've owned a garbage company. I was the first African-American woman to own a full-scale garbage company, back end loaders, rear end, demolition, all of that, in Atlantic City, New Jersey. I serviced Donald Trump and some of the other casinos. I also owned a media company, we didn't call it that there, with advertising agencies back then, and I'm talking in the late 70s, early 80s. And I know that sometimes as a young entrepreneur, I made choices that really were not in alignment with my core values. And ultimately, when we're chasing the money and we're chasing the next contract and we're trying to get to the next meeting, sometimes we're not real clear. We don't know that we know. We haven't had a realization and a revelation of who we are yet in our business, and we step over the boundaries, and the things that we do sometimes are not necessarily in our core value. So number 2 is we want to make sure that our vision, what we're actualizing, gives life, first and foremost, and second, that is alignment with our core values. Third, does it require me to grow? Does it require you to grow? I heard somebody here say they're a business life coach or business coach, right? So in being a coach and helping people get through to wellness, the question is always, does it give life? Is it in alignment with my core values? And I forgot number 3. And does it require me to grow? Thank you. And does it require me to grow? And so as a coach, if it's not requiring me to grow, if I don't have, all coaches need a coach. So if I'm not growing through that, then that's not necessarily a worthy goal if it's not meeting those 3. And number 4, do I need help from above? Whatever that means to you. Can I do this by myself? Or do I need some help from my higher power or my higher self, or however it is you relate to that? Do I need help? Because if you don't need help, your goal is too small, right? It's actually beneath you, because we're all called to do mighty and great things. And number 5, is there good in what we're actualizing, your goal? Is there good in it for others? Not only is it good for you, not only is it good for the bottom line, is there good in it for others? And can you delineate that? Can you actually say this is how it serves others and forwards their lives? So those 5 things are how it is that have helped me over the long haul. So as a young woman earning over $1 million, the first time you get money, you don't know, I didn't know what to do with it. I'm not telling you, I can't talk about you, let me talk about me. So I didn't know what to do with my first $1 million. Right? So I bought pony boots and all kinds of stuff. You know, I had 2 wonderful children. My daughter is 35 now, my son is 31, and I have 5 grandchildren. And so put my children in private school, and we did all kinds of wonderful things. But now being very clear, and this is, if there's anything that I could leave you with today of these first 5, is to really get clear and have a revelation about who you are and what you stand for, so that in this changing world, this economy that we're living in, people are doing all kinds of things to get over, get under, do whatever, that we as a community of entrepreneurs maintain our core values. The next 5 things I want to give you and leave you with is that we have all been powerfully gifted, and it's in our hands. It's right in our hands. So if you notice, all of us, we use it. Suppose we didn't have a thumb. We use our hands all the time. If we didn't have a thumb, it wouldn't be so useful. But the way that we're made gives us this inherent usefulness of who we are in the world, in our business. Your gift is in your hand. So if you just put your hand out in front of you like this, just one hand, and I want to give you the tools that you came here with. And I just want to define them a little bit better for you, or clearer. Or maybe you heard this before. And so those of you who have, do this with me. Okay? So when we get up in the morning, the first thing we want to do is a thumbs up. Right? You want to put your thumb up in the morning. I'm having a great day, and I decide that it's a thumbs up day. Whether it's raining, whether my knees hurt, or my back hurts, or headache, or whatever's going on, it is a thumbs up day. The second finger is point yourself down the day. Don't let someone else define what you're doing today, or let it be based on what somebody else said or what somebody else is doing today. Point your own way down the day. The third finger is a little bit tricky. You can't go putting your middle finger up in front, right? So with your third finger, you just want to kind of flick fear in the face. Flick fear in the face, because will you have fear as an entrepreneur? Will you have fear? Right? So it's not that we won't have fear, but that the courage, right, when our values are in the right place, we still get up and go, and we do it, not necessarily fearlessly, but we do it anyway. We do it anyway. And 4 is March 4th. Just get at it. Go do it. Go get it. Right? And so we know we get up in the morning. If one of the things I love about being an entrepreneur, and I don't love about being an entrepreneur, is that there is no paycheck waiting for me that somebody is stroking at the end of the week. Right? Other than myself, right? And so we all know to pay ourselves first with my accountant, right? So you pay yourself first, right? But you have to march forth every day, no matter what. It goes with the thumbs up, and to point your way down the day, and flicking fear in the face, and moving forward all the time. Moving forward all the time. And our little finger, what's our little finger for? To remember the small things. Now the small things are different for all of us. The small things, is smelling the flowers along the way. Don't forget about it. For me as an entrepreneur, I found out that the small thing was that I needed to take better care of my health and well-being. Because the way I was getting after it in New York, driving my Beretta, okay, on a stick, all over New York State, was that I needed to be taking better care of my health. And even though at 14, I got rid of my eczema and learned some things, all along the way, when you're living in New York and you're making a nice figure with a comma every month, you can eat at Restaurant Row and go see all the shows and live and see New York from the top. So my story is, and I got sick. I got what they call pleurisy of the lungs. And that's where the lining of the lungs swells up and you can't breathe. It kind of sounds like this. It's like, and the pain that your lungs feel is like stubbing your toe and can't breathe at the same time. Because I had a background in herbology, I knew what to get. But what I find is that a lot of entrepreneurs don't know what to do, and you run yourself in the ground. Right now I serve as a holistic, thank you. Oh, that's my timer. Right now I serve as, I know what that was. So come on, turn your phone off. I'm talking here. Thank you. So as I conclude, right now I serve people by putting, entrepreneurs in particular, by putting together customized health and wellness plans. I've been doing it for 43 years, and if there's any way that I can serve you, please see us. I want to acknowledge Rashidi. He's on the camera here. It's Owl Media Network. Everywhere I go, you see him. We have a radio and television show. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for the time that you've allowed me in your life and to share these moments with you. God bless you. Thank you.